Hi everyone, it's Judy. Welcome back to Rose Lane. Okay, tonight, and I'm always doing these at night because that's when I'm here. Tonight, we are going to be working on a Forgotten Things. This is Friday. It's a Forgotten Things Friday. And I know this looks like a lot of stuff, but what I have not worked with very often is my die cuts. So that is what we're going to be working with today. And I did these die cuts. These are pocket die cuts. And I'm going to show you how I'm going to make 3 pockets for the sewing journal. So I've got the pages that they're going to be on here. I've got some little bits and pieces. Might have to do a little bit of quick inking, but not too much. I think I know where I want to go with this. I'm just putting some more hand lotion on because I didn't get quite enough before. I have an idea in my mind about how I want to decorate. I just don't know how that's going to turn out. So this is going to be fun. I'm probably going to have to turn and pull some laces out and stuff. We'll see as I put them together. But the first thing I wanted to show you was how to put together the pockets. Now, these are not, let me just move these guys over and we'll work on one at a time. Okay. What I did here was I just got some green paper. I just printed off some green paper, made a pocket out of it. I rounded the corners. I'm just lightly, it's my husband going up the stairs, because you know it's bedtime. Well, for some people in the house anyway. Just lightly inked. I don't want to do a lot of heavy inking in this because the colors are very pastel and I want to keep it just a little bit lighter. I don't want to make it too grungy. So what we're going to do is we're going to put, this is the page that the pocket's going to go on. I have another one about the same size, different die cut, but it's about the same size, and that's going to face on a left-hand page. And then I have a small one, because these are too wide, as you can see, I think, for a folded in half, 8.5 by 11, especially if it's been tea dyed, because the page shrinks a little bit. So I'm doing these pockets sideways. So what I'm going to do for this pocket, for this type of thing, and this is one option, I'm going to glue this down. You can see this is the slit, okay, where the tag will go through. Okay, it's actually going to go this way. But we're going to do it. I'm trying to get it in that way. It'll go through the pocket like that, okay? So we're going to glue this to the outside, and I'm only going to line it up. I don't know if you can see there. You can see the green through the slit, and I'm going to move it so you can't, okay? Because of that and the need to be able to move it back and forth, I am going to, oh, and I just lightly went over these with the brush around the edges and around the slit, and you know, trying to make it not just that flat. It's not a very heavy cardstock. I didn't really think I needed it to be, because I thought the thicker it was, the more it might impede the tag, you know, and things like that. So we're going to just go ahead here, put a thin line of glue there. I just want to get that clump off a little bit. I'll smooth it down some, but not a whole bunch. Go press it down too much. And then I'm going to do my best to line this up side to side where I cut it to fit. And then I'll flip it to the back to make sure, leave just that slightest little bit. And I think, bring that down just a hair. I think so. Okay, that should be good. Okay, so that should be fine. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take it, I just want to make sure it's good and pressed, get off any extra glue. We're going to take it and we're going to glue it down to the page. But what we're going to do is we're going to glue our pocket here, and then we're going to put the glue on here, and this is going to press down so that this can open up, okay? So hopefully that will work. So let's see. Go ahead and this on around, you know what, let me do it this way, and then I'll turn it to do the cutout, the die cut. So I do have a cutout, you know, a die cut machine. I don't use it very often, and one of my subscribers had mentioned how she likes that I, you know, kind of just do things with the stuff that I have, and I don't have all these big expensive things, and I don't have all these big expensive things, but I do have a Sizzix. I just don't use it very often. I don't know. It's probably because I never had a convenient place to put it, so I'd always have to like get it out and, you know, things like that. And 9 times out of 10, it gets stuff buried on top of it, and, you know, just all that kind of stuff. So, yeah. So, but I thought, I've got all these die cuts. I could do something, and I need to do stuff to put into the sewing journal that I'm doing, and I thought these look really pretty and very lacy, so I decided to do that. So we glued around the 3 corners, we did not, or the 3 sides, we did not glue here, and we glued on this because that is going to get glued down to the paper. So what I want to do is make sure, I'm going to try to get it about even. I want to pull it in so it's away from the edge of the paper and just straighten it out, more or less, like so. I think that looks pretty good. It's not too close to the edge. And I will press that down with my dry baby wipe. Okay. And I think you can see the pattern of the paper through the top of the, you know, that slit here. So that tells us we have access to the pocket. So let's just go around the edges here. Okay. And then I'm trying to remember, I think this one was going to go in here. So this is going to be the tag that goes in here like that, okay? I'm also going to put tabs on the tags just because. Just because. But there's something I wanted to do with this as well. So I thought it might look kind of pretty. So let's work on the pocket first. This is what I intended. This little die cut, not die cut, fussy cut. So I'm just gonna go around the edges just a little bit, not working on trying to get inside too much, just sort of around the edges some, give it a little definition, but not a whole bunch. Okay. Oh, there, yeah, a little more here. Okay. So I'm going to put this one down here. I made some little labels on my computer. So I'm not sure which one I really want on here. I made them so they look like little stitches. I have these so far. If I can think of anything else clever to say, I will make more. But I have threads, the colors of the rainbow, you're sewn upon my heart, sewing mends the soul, pins and needles, cute as a button, needle and thread, and a stitch in time. I'm only doing 3 pages tonight, so I only need 3. So the question is going to be, what do I think I want to do? Should have said something about ribbon, but I didn't. Okay. So I'm thinking larger ones on the larger ones, something like that. And then let me see, get my fussy cut bin down here. I don't know, I've used up a lot of my butterflies, so I've got tracing paper butterflies. in here. I'm trying to see if I have regular butterflies. I do. I have those. And do I have others? This would be nice. Let's look at this one. Okay, so I have some butterflies. Don't have pink in here, but I've got greens and blues. And I think I'm gonna possibly head for some of the larger ones. So, I don't know if I really want those. Okay, so let's see here. I like that one and that one, and I'll need one more. Not a whole bunch to choose from. It's a smaller pocket, so I'll use this one. Okay, that should be all right. That should be all right. So let's do a little quick fussy cutting here. And these guys, at least this one, you can barely see his antennas, so I'm not going to even try. So I hope everybody's doing well. Spring is coming. I have a funny story to tell. Was it yesterday? I think it was yesterday. I wake up in the morning and I check my emails and, you know, delete things I don't want and, you know, that kind of stuff. And, you know, whatever, do a little Facebook checking or whatever. And I don't always see real well in the morning. I use lubricating eye drops in my eyes. And anytime I wake up in my left eye, my right eye, I've been just using the steroid drops. But if I wake up during the night, my eyes are very itchy and dry, so I'll put a drop in. And I really just wake up, I take a drink of water mostly, and roll over and go back to sleep is what I do. But just to open my eye is bothersome, so I put these drops in my eyes. And when I wake up in the morning, I do the same thing. I put the drop in my eyes. So I woke up yesterday morning, do my normal routine. My husband brings me my tea every morning. And so I'm drinking my tea and I'm trying to, you know, check the emails and whatever. And one of the last things I do is I check the weather. So I have a little, you know, weather app that I had put on. I think it's called Ladybug or something. And you can, in that app, and I'm sure in other ones as well, you can add cities in. I always have it on, you know, the top one is my city. No matter where I am, it'll tell me what the weather is where I am, even as we're driving. And so I open up the weather app, and we've been having, you know, on and off some really nice warm days, which has been amazing for February and now March. And so I open it up to see what the temperature was going to be that day. And I was like, wow, it's already like 45 degrees. It's going to be, you know, almost 60 degrees today. This is awesome. I check mostly so that I know how to dress, you know. And I was like, this is fantastic. So then I look at the 10-day forecast, and it's telling me it's going to be in the 50s and 60s. And I'm like, wow, this is awesome. I didn't see this coming. You know, spring is finally here. You know, even if a little bit of cold weather comes back, how long could it last? Because it's almost April, You know, by that time it's almost April. It'll be the middle of March, going into the third week of March. And I was like, so how long could cold weather last? This is fabulous. I'm so excited. Yay, yay, yay. So I get up and I dress, you know, I just put on a sweater to go outside, and, you know, I go outside and it's like, it seems awfully nippy to me. It's a little chillier, but okay. Maybe it's just because I'm up here on the mountain, you know, maybe, you know, it wasn't quite perfectly right. No problem. So go through the day. I come out that night, and my husband and I go to get into our van, and, you know, I said, I expected it to be a little bit warmer than this. I didn't think it would be quite this cold. And he's like, well, why not? He goes, it was only supposed to be about, you know, 40 degrees today. And I said, no, it was supposed to be like 60 degrees. I said, you know, tomorrow's going to be like the same. It's going to be like in the upper 50s or 60 degrees. He's like, no, tomorrow's going to snow. And I'm like, no, tomorrow's going to be in the, like, around 60 degrees. He's like, well, what are you looking at? I said, I'm looking at the weather forecast. So I open up my app and I look at the city, And it's for Aiken, South Carolina, because that's where my sister lives. So I must have hit the button by mistake, or an alert came up, and because I have alerts for all the cities where my families live, and there was probably like a pollen alert or something like that. And I hit it by accident and didn't realize it, or hit it and never changed it back. So here I'm looking at all the weather thinking we're going to get all this beautiful spring weather. And yeah, if I lived in South Carolina, I would, but not up here. We're getting snow. So that kind of deflated my balloon a little bit. So anyway, I guess I should pay more attention and try to read better. It's not easy for me to be reading things first thing in the morning. And it takes me a while to get my eye to kind of adjust and work right. And yeah, so anyway, I guess I better be more careful. There's lots of times when I'm trying to read something and I just can't. I can in another hour or two, but right then I can't. And so somebody put it on Facebook, something about, you're getting old when you take a screenshot of something, on your phone and blow it up, so you can read it. I'm like, I do that every day. Every day I do that. At least every morning, because I just can't see that fine, small print on the phone, like I can once I'm up and moving and going and functioning a little bit better. So yeah, that was funny, but a little disappointing. Okay. So there we have our little guys. This guy has antenna. The other ones didn't. Let me just do a little quick, just a quick, in case I left any little white spots. I shouldn't have left too much, hopefully. So I'm still holding on to the fact that spring is right around the corner. We have daffodils coming up, and buds are on them. You can see the yellow. And the trees, the buds on the trees are getting nice and thick and red because they're, starting to go. And I've seen some crocus. I felt bad because we went by some of that today, past one of the hospitals where they had, some flowers out front. And I thought, well, that's going to change. The poor things. Okay, so we have some butterflies. I know I want the little one over here. I'm thinking maybe the blue one should go there because there's a little bit more blue in here. And we'll put the green one with this. I'm using blue ribbon because I don't use a lot of blue. So, okay. So I think what I want to try to do is, I am thinking, I want to put a little bit of lace, I think, down. So, and I don't mind this being off the pocket. Actually, that suits me fine. I don't know that, no, I don't want to go that way. Okay, so let's go ahead. I don't know. Hang on a minute. I'm thinking lace. What would I want to do? No, I want something a little bigger. All right, bear with me for a second. I'm going to come over here and get some of this lace because this is wide and I can cut it apart. What's this one? No, I don't want to do that one. I got lace, but what do I have in here? This is something somebody sent me. Ooh. Might be too heavy. Trying to see what else was in here. No. Too picky. Ooh. That might be nice. All right, let's use some of that. I don't necessarily have to use it all on, all of it on the same on all the pockets, I should say. Okay, I'm just gonna grab some of this. I'm gonna cut up the side here. I'm not looking to be fancy. I'm gonna kind of cut it, I think, on a diagonal. Put that over here and give myself a little space here. All right, scissors. Let's cut this down. Cut this down. Okay. I like that. Okay. Let's just put a little smear of this on. My page still wants to curl here. I put some, you know, I tea dyed it. Well, actually ink dyed it, so that I could do the pockets and get everything ready, because I didn't want to try to dye it after I had all this stuff on here. And so I'm going to leave that on its side because it's starting to get a little low. So anyway, I should pay more attention. I let it sit for just a little while, and then I use my heat gun on it to try to get it to dry quicker, because I wanted to get this project in, because I was ahead of myself and by about a week, and now this is actually really, it's Thursday night for me, about 10:30, not quite 10:30 at night, and I really wanted this video done and up for midnight, so I don't know if that's gonna work, you know, midnight for Friday. It may go up a little bit later, but oh, you know what? I did that. Let me put that down, but I didn't do these. Just a wee bit. It's got like a blue border. Frankly, I forgot to change it on my computer, but that's okay. That is okay. All right, let's take this. We're going to put this down here, I think, and then we're going to just stick this like so, if it doesn't stick to my finger. Okay, up and under. Okay, I want to make sure that that's relatively straight. I want to move it over towards the edge a little bit. Okay, just push that back and try to get some glue on here, because I wanted to make sure that it was, didn't have a lot of room to play to tuck it underneath the fussy cut. So I wanted to make sure that it was where I wanted it. Okay, that should be fine. All right, so then what I'm going to do is I'm going to I am going to make, let me try a bigger bow. I have a bigger fork. I'm going to try to make a bigger bow if I can find my end. I usually end up messing this up, dropping the fork, and I do all kinds of dumb things. I do want a bit of ribbon, so let me see if I can do that. And this is kind of hard to do. I'm going to try to put it where you can see it. This is kind of hard to do with crinkle ribbon because it just wants to work like a spring, and it's kind of hard to keep it straight. And I don't know if you can see what I'm doing, but I'm going here under the ribbon in the front, and then I'm going to bring this up, trying to hold it against me, the back here, and then I have to tie this off. Okay, let me try to do that. Okay. All right. Didn't come out as well as I would have liked. Let me try that again. I apologize if the fork is glaring. I can never tell either if I have one longer than the other. All right, I'll try to do it laying down. This goes up. I'm going to try to get it between the prongs, up behind the other piece of ribbon. then down in front. And did I get it? This one's not in. All right, let me try it again. I've got to get the other one into it. Okay. It's really hard because the end of the ribbon is all crinkled. Okay, let's hold that. I'm trying to hold it in and keep it from sliding. There we are. Okay. All right, that's better. I don't know if I went off the camera or not. One day I'll figure out a way to keep the fork from moving. I just never have that luck. All right, so we've got our little bow, which I'm going to put over here. And what I want to try to do is get the ribbon. I may cut some of this, but I want to try to get the ribbon to kind of go. Let me get this down. Actually, let me see which way this is going. Yeah, okay. I want to just try to kind of let it drape around the pocket, if that makes sense. Okay. Put that up there. And then this one I'm going to just kind of make some spots. Try to make it stick. Okay, and we'll go one down here. Okay, like so. Wants to stick to my finger. I have to get one of those, I've seen a couple of people with those silicone spatulas. I think I'll go this way. Oh, you know what? Let me just trim that. I just pulled it up. Let me trim that, and we'll bring it there, I think. Let's try that. Okay. That's probably a nice big glob of glue there. So I'll probably, I'll tell you what I do use, and I'll probably go use it again, is this is the one thing I like the Oohoo for, except it won't stay stuck. It works to put whatever it is you're putting in place, but then you do have to go back. I find I have to go back and put a little bit more glue. Oh goodness, I can't grab this thing. Put a little bit more glue on that. That's all right. I'm just trying to stay away from the edge of the pocket. That's what I'm trying to do. All right, so I think I'm going to cut this one here. Can go in my little ribbon stash. So for the sake of trying to get this done, now you know what, I think I like it out here. Yep. I'll just use the glue stick, and then later I will go back and, oops. Later I'll go back and put some other glue with it to make it stay. Okay, so that's good. Now the question is, the blue butterfly, where do I want him? I think, do I want him there? No, you know what? I think I want him down here. Okay. Down here it is then. We'll fill in that little bit of green because it's just a little too empty. Okay. And we'll put that right there. Okay. All right. Now what I wanted to do, whoops. I'm going to use this on another pocket. Let me check my time here. Okay, we're about a half an hour. think what I'll do is after I do this one, I'll do the small one, and I'll finish the other one off camera. I'll just lay some pieces down so you can see what it's going to look like, but I'll finish it off camera. But you'll get the basic idea. So I like that. And I said it was this one. Okay. So these are going to work perfectly because this is what I wanted to do. I wanted to put a little bit of lace in the tab. Thought that would look nice. You know? I thought. So I'll do that with the glue stick. Okay. Put some lace in there. Okay. Like so. And then we're going to go ahead and glue that. Whoops. That's my little bit of ribbon. We're going to go ahead and glue that down. Okay. So this was my card. I'm going to go ahead and put that about in the middle, I think. Yep, that looks pretty good. Okay. And then we'll go ahead and put the glue on here. Finish it off. Okay. Good, good. I want to make sure there's enough glue for a couple of reasons. And that is for making sure that it all gets stuck because of the lace being in it. I want to make sure that it all goes in. Okay. All right. And then this is going to go right into that pocket like that. Okay. So that's that one. Clean my glue off. All right, let's go to the small one. Let me grab this over here. This is the small one. And the reason why I'm going to do the small one is where this one, I did this on the outside of the pocket. On the small one, we're going to go the other way. Okay. So on the small one, instead of going like this, and the reason why is because this is on a similar color background, and I want you to be able to see it, I'm going to turn it around and we're going to do it this way. So the fancy part will be glued to the pocket, and just this straight bit here is what will be glued down to the paper. Okay? So we are going to do the fancy part first. Actually, this whole thing will get glue. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing. Let me move that out because I think you'll be able to see better if I do that. Because the paper and this die cut are pretty close to the same color. So go ahead and do this. I want to get the edges as much as possible. And I know this is not on. This has got all globs of glue in between all the bits and pieces. Yeah, got a little bit of glue where I didn't want it. All right, let's bring this over here. And this one we're going to put on. Let's flip it over. We want to make sure that that opening, I have a lot of glue on here, that opening can be seen. All right, now let's dab this up. I think when I do the ribbon on here, I really had a lot of glue on this one. Oh my gosh. It'll obviously be considerably smaller, and I'll use the regular size fork, not the bigger fork, so the bow will come out just a wee bit smaller. Not much, but a wee bit. Okay. I know I did that here, but I had to press it down, so all right, now we'll put some more. Let me get my fingers cleaned off a little bit from this extra glue. That is the one thing about working with things this intricate, you know, like these die cuts or with lace. When you put them down, I don't need much because there's still glue on here, but I do need some. When you put them down, everything oozes through. So, okay, we're going to, oh, I need to do my pocket or else it's only going to be a flap, isn't it? Yeah. Time to fill the glue bottle again. Okay. Alrighty. Got a bit of a glob over there. Smooth that down a little. Okay. And I'm not gonna go up too high with it. Even though I've got room. Let me try to twist that a little bit more. All right. The reason why is I may decide on this one, because it's plain, I may decide to put something else on the paper itself. I had it. Don't know. There it is. Dropped it on the floor. All right. Okay, so this one is going to get this, and I thought that one can go here. And let me, when I cut out insides of things, I cut away. I cut a piece away so I can get inside. So that's why it's not wrong. I did it intentionally, but when you glue it back down, you really don't notice it. So, but that's how I can get into some of those little inside spaces, if you know what I mean. That's how I get in there. All right, so we're gonna glue this one down, and this one's gonna get this butterfly, and let's see. Sewing mends the soul, that's nice. And I like this one. Sewn upon your heart for the other one. Sewing mends the soul. How about that? We'll put that one off a little bit. And then where do I think? Maybe the butterfly will go down there. I do want to put a little bit of lace. Just a wee bit. It doesn't have to be a lot. We'll do this. Let's try to do it on the lace. Maybe I'll do a little less oozing. Okay, put that here. So a little bit of lace. Let me pull it out a little bit. There we go. All right, let me rub this glue off. Okay. All right, this one's gonna go there. Put that down. Okay. Now, I started to say before, and sorry, I just shut up for a minute. Might not be a bad thing, but I started to say before that I have these die cuts, and I do have the machine. However, I did see something well, not many years ago, but a while back, about how to make pocket slits. And I will probably, on one of these tutorial times or let's make times on Mondays or something, show you how I did them. And they're really very easy. I did a few of them. And you can, you know, add lace and decorate as you want. I just cut a little template. I used a hole punch, not a big one. I have a smaller one. I don't know what that is, what size it is, but it's a smaller one. And then all I did was laid a ruler down and cut and lay the ruler down and cut. And then you just cut that little piece out and you have, let me get this here, you have a space like that. So you can do the same things, and you can add lace above and below, you could add flowers around, or you know, however you want to do it. But that is another way that you can do these kinds of pockets if you don't have a die cut machine to do something either even this plain or this fancy. That is kind of my thought. I'm going to peel this up because I want this to go under here. Sewing mends the sole. Make sure I'm up there. So maybe we'll use those in a journal sometime soon. We'll use the plainer ones, and I'll show you how I actually do them. They're really not hard to do. So that might be an interesting segment. That looks pretty straight. I always have to hold it up because sometimes I'm wrong, like now. When things are laying this way for me, not good. Okay, so we have that. This was the card that was going to go in here. Okay, that one's going to go in here, and you can even hold it up a little bit. And I have a tab here. Let's get a bit of lace. Okay, how big? Not too wide. Could be a little longer, but not too wide, because we want to be able to close the tab. That'll work. Let's put that in there. Okay, that works. Okay, and then this is the back. So we'll put that in here. I'm going to try to do the bow and the butterfly real quick, and we will be ready to go for that. Okay, that looks pretty good, I think. And then we'll do that there. You know what I'm going to do? I'll just take a little bit more here. Just a wee bit more. I want to have this hanging out from under the tab on the front here. I think that would make it nice. All right. Now let's go ahead and do this. Okay. Whoop. Okay. Alrighty. Let's close that. Get that out of the thing. It's making a shadow. That's that one. Okay. All right, that's going to go in there. And then let's see, we had somewhere the small butterfly, which I seem to have lost. Hate when I do that. Probably knocked it on the floor. Yes, I did. Oh my goodness. Okay, so he's probably going to go out here. Let's try, where's my ribbon? There it is. Smaller fork. We'll do a smaller bow on this one. Okay. And I cannot have to make it quite so long. Alrighty. This is the hardest part with the crinkle ribbon, like I said, is making it lay flat so you can do this. Okay, and the back one has to be a little bit longer. And then we bring it up and around and under. You know, I get it through here. It's like threading a needle. You get it through, and then when you let go to try to pull it through, it falls out. It's like, no, no. You're not supposed to fall out. Okay, so now trying to bring it up and over. Okay. Bring it down here. And try to tie it. I hope the smoother ribbon, you know, when it's not crinkly, works a little bit nicer, because then you, all right, that doesn't have to be that long, because then this lays like a little bit neater and flatter. I can kind of flatten it, pull it out, not by much, but it still looks pretty. So let me try to get my ties in the right place back here. Okay, and then put my ribbon, my glue on rather. Okay, we're going to put that there, and then we're going to use the glue stick. We'll come down here a little bit, put that in there. Okay, and we'll put some up in here, and we'll put that one here. And what I like is once this is in the journal, it will flatten. This does not want to stay down. It will flatten, which I really, really like, because I think it makes it look that much older. I'm going to twist this and let it come across here. And then we're just going to snip it. I gotta find the right scissors. Ah, these will do. Stuck on my finger again. Okay. And that will go in my little bin. And butterfly. Oh, well, it won't stay if I do that. All right. And I think it's going to go up at the top a little bit. Well, not at the top, but at the top of the label. Okay. That's good. We'll put it here. And I think that looks pretty. So we've got 2 of them done so far, guys. I'll finish off the other one, and that is what they will look like. There'll be 1 in each signature, so I think that's really, really pretty. So that's it for tonight. I will see you, I don't know, sometime over the weekend. It's going to be a busy weekend for me. So I'm hoping I'm going to be able to be around a little more than I think I may be able to be. But in any case, that's it for tonight. In the meantime, guys, be safe, be happy, and be blessed, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye for now.